Just X one more time.
Oh, yeah.
Pull the camera off. The camera.
I'm gonna
Oh,
try to not ruin your headset like I've ruined two of mine in the last 3 weeks.
Oh, damn, really?
Moving, I stood up. The first time I stood up while it was like caught in the couch cushions, and it just ripped the cord fully out of here.
One thing that's nice about this one is if you accidentally it's just a plug.
Yeah. And the other one, I don't even know what happened.
Yeah. Sound check is good.
Cool. Okay, so we were in this.
Didn't wait nearly as long.
No, we made it. That's just light.
Oh yeah, so there's
so I want to get to
color. Yeah.
So I have access to blue. If I remember right, there are some up here.
Yeah, so I want to say we're like halfway through this, I think, right now.
Alright.
Well, not too bad.
Okay, so we have the yellow, it's just very...
Yeah, it's gotta really run.
Wait, did I want to be on that pedestal?
I think the rail might...
Yeah,
I think you might need to be on the rail.
Yeah, that's the red.
Ready to go.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's just the speed.
Did you see the little teaser for Homelander for Mortal Kombat?
Yes.
He's like tongue fucking the bottle of milk.
There we go. Wait, what? Oh, so wait, what? Okay, so I have to, I forgot what I was saying. I got it. I don't actually have to, I think I don't actually have to hit the yellow. I'm looking for...
Let's see. What's up?
Yeah, so I gotta climb somewhere
off. Even after going up the rail.
Yeah, I think so. Because I'm landing sticking onto the rail, and I have the ability to climb until it turns red. Okay, so that tells me. Oh, wait. Did I already do that? Okay. Yeah, let's restart, but... No, isn't it? Flash red. Oh, I was still on it. Alright, well, I didn't go far. Alright.
Live notifications have been posted. Oh, we are good to go. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like showing me the path if I can move right.
Also, you could totally go into the options and probably turn the brightness up.
Turn what?
Go into the options and probably turn the brightness on the game up a little bit. That would probably help. It's the projector.
Yeah.
It's just always a little bit darker in its image than. Seems a little better at least.
Yeah, I can. At least more tell what's what. Alright, this is the light. And then here. Okay, I can see that thing going. There we go.
Actually, yeah, I'm not really sure how that's. Oh, maybe you just have to actually drop down and around, and then maybe that's too far for that, huh?
Right.
Huh. Interesting.
Oh, there does look like there's a path there.
It looks like one, yeah. But then, when you actually get up there, it's a closed off wall.
Yeah. Unless... Yeah, it doesn't go through. Oh.
Okay.
So I gotta... That's why it's such a long timeline. I gotta go to that rail, I think.
Oh, okay.
Just drop off.
Oh, yeah, that looks like that's exactly where that goes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they give you plenty.
Yeah.
Spider-fucker. Yeah, no, again, we didn't wait 2 whole years before we did another episode of this game. Maybe we'll play a whole different game in the near future, even.
Right.
I'm thinking for this one, we probably won't finish today, but probably
next time.
Yeah, I think probably 4 total.
Yeah. Wait, what is going on? Am I supposed to know?
You gonna get us some views?
Do I have a journal somewhere that I'm supposed to be...
Remember there being... I mean, I know there's like some documents you can collect,
the spore
but I remember them all being optional.
Better check my log.
Oh. I guess it's been a while. Touchpad, maybe? No, it's just
That's what I was thinking, but...
What about just the start? No?
Oh yeah, that's just
to tell you, where to go. I guess you could just try guessing.
It's true.
You
could also just
try spinning. That's a neat trick. It was painful to go back and sit through Phantom Menace again. And I didn't want to do it because I wanted to be able to. I wanted to watch the movie and then review it more seriously. So I did watch it with like the riff tracks on, right? I just watched the movie on its own, and that's a rough experience.
It's coming into theaters, and my friend and I started talking about it. It's like it'd be fun if it's a theater where everyone's on board with making fun of it the whole time. But if there's people who are like, if the idea is for a serious, like cinematic experience of the Phantom Menace, that's a trap. That's not going to be a fun time.
$15 million for its re-release this last weekend.
That's wild.
It actually made more money at the box office than when Return of the Jedi got its 40th anniversary re-release.
Brutal.
Which is wild to me. I don't understand it at all.
Yeah.
What? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, again, to each their own. Obviously, like if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. I'm not trying to take it away from anybody, but man, I hate that movie.
Yeah,
I really.
It's so bad. There's
It's bad.
There's
it also doesn't contribute.
The menace wasn't Phantom. there was no subtlety at all in.
That's true. I guess it's supposed to be the Palpatine.
Right. Yeah, but we already knew that from.
Right. You know that going in. You know that actor.
But there was apparently discourse at the time. People were like, "Oh, Palpatine's not going to be Star Sidious," and it's like.
What?
Well,
it's the same actor.
How it's the same actor, and
it's Ian McDermott. How would you not?
He's doing the voice. Like obviously, it was less intense at the start, but the fact that there was any discussion about that at all is so bizarre to me.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't remember that. at all.
I didn't remember that, but I was. I saw someone talking about it who was like in their 20s or 30s when it came out, and was like, yeah, no, people were talking about it on forums of like, no, that can't be him. Absolutely fucking wild.
Wow. That's
like I as a child understood.
yeah,
Oh, there's the red one.
Obvious the first time.
Yeah. Wait, where did I just go? Okay, let's turn on the lights. I went into a hole in the wall somewhere. I think it was back through here.
So I think because the room that you were in when you fell had the
red one.
The red one in it. Yeah. Oh, it's this one.
Yeah.
Careful that
way. Yeah. Yeah, maybe not do the roller skating until I can see where I'm going. There we go.
I do like that you can jump as far as you can. Nice little health box there.
I might to get. Oh man, that's a long way. Oh yeah, I forgot about double jump. Bye.
So I just finished. I finished Harold Halibut.
Oh yeah.
I gave my review for that last night. Ultimately, I did like it. There's not a lot of game to be had.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that
I did like. I only played a little bit of it, but I did immediately kind of get that vibe. It did feel like they told me this is,
it's like pure narrative.
Yeah.
Right. Like nothing.
This is about the story, and given the format and how they did it, I don't have a problem with that.
No.
Trying to like. I believe it's been done, if I remember right, but like trying to do fight sequences in claymation
there was a fighting game.
There was a claymation fighting game at one point. I do remember that existing, but like I'm not mad at a game just trying to do more narrative with it.
Oh no.
Because it does change it does change the experience. Like you mentioned to me that it was kind of Wes Anderson-y, and that atmosphere right away tells you, okay, like, I want to follow this funny little guy and just see what happens to him.
And the only thing that I wish that they would have done to maybe break it up a little bit more would have been. Nice, check.
Yeah.
Would have maybe some puzzles in there somewhere.
Sure.
Just to break it up a little bit, because I did get kind of from the marketing like adventure game vibes.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
Not really there.
No.
Which like it's not a huge deal. I still gave it a pretty good. I gave it like an 8.
Yeah.
I'd say basically on an afternoon scale, 8, like an 8 out of 10, more or less. Because I think the writing is really good, and I think the acting is very good. And it really works on that level.
Yeah.
So, I think really cool experience, and it looks incredibly unique. And it's literally just like painstakingly handcrafted.
Yeah, it's so clearly a passion project from moment. I mean, just from the moment you hear the concept, it's like, oh yeah, that's something that someone was like really wanting to put a lot of work into, because you can't accomplish anything claymation without putting like hours and hours of painstaking work.
I mean, it started development in 2009.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like I was in high school.
Yeah.
Like I was in like my second year of high school.
Let's see, I graduated in 2009, so depending on what time of the year.
You might have already been out of high school.
I might have been off to college.
Yeah.
Where's the yellow?
But yeah, so it gets a high recommendation for me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
Yeah, that's the receiver. It's up here.
yeah. So yeah, high recommendation for me on that one. Yeah, as long as you are willing to give it that time to just be a narrative.
Yeah.
The one other thing I will say, sprint button, something like just a
Oh, yeah.
or just
To be
walk a
able to
little
move
faster.
I
Because you go
was.
through those areas so many times.
Oh, sure.
Like,
Okay, so I got to get in here.
like as beautiful and handcrafted and I think they're amazing to look at. Once you've gone through the same room, you know, like literally 100 times,
Yeah,
you do feel like you could maybe
being...
run through instead of slowly walking.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of instances of that where, like, they don't give you a sprint because they want you to appreciate the atmosphere or because whatever reason. But there needs to eventually be like you can block it at first, sort of like
Yeah,
goofy example, but like
times.
what Pokemon did, where they eventually give you the bike, but you have to walk on foot for the majority of doing the game. Yeah, yeah, it is straight drop down, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I was thinking it was one of those. So, okay, now I'll get it.
But yeah, thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. And then I will be doing this review next week, but I just finished Tales of Kanzera Zao. I don't know if you've seen anything for that, but it's a 2D Metroidvania. And it is like Kenyan folklore mythology.
Cool.
The creator, his father had passed away, and this game, it kind of was his personal grieving process in creating the game. So it feels very personal. I love the writing and the voice acting. Although then this, on the other hand, has incredibly well put together, snappy gameplay.
Okay.
Really satisfying. Like, you get upgrades that are really good. I mean, I think that the essential things for a Metroidvania to be good, right, are you are giving upgrades at a good pace, right? Consistently giving me something new enemies to deal with, changing the biome, kind of look at the levels fairly frequently. As long as you do those couple of things well, I feel like
it's going to be good, yeah.
And it had a really, really, I think, compelling narrative about like death and folklore and stuff.
That's
on
cool.
top of that.
Okay, there's no way I'm going to get the red one from inside here out there, right?
There might be a new one out here.
That's what I was thinking. It feels like a different region, but
I think so.
I'm not seeing any. That's Telltale Below. Ah,
those
dodged too early.
Nice.
So there's some health.
And I don't know if that might also count as pass. I'm not sure.
Huh.
That one looks like you already got it.
Yeah. And there's a red one.
There's the red one.
I don't remember how to lock on.
Could be a stick.
Actually, I'm wondering. I'm not positive there is one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Because I could fight in that slow-mo view.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually think that one because I think that Zao game maybe also be on Game Pass. Oh, okay, it is not on Game Pass, but it's also $20.
Yeah.
Indie game. So
I'm
it's
always
priced.
way more ready to pay for an indie game than
Nice, and then a blue one to get the door.
yeah.
Right,
An
because
indie,
like,
I'll pay for an 8-hour indie game over a an $80 60-hour game.
sure.
Like like if it's more accessible and like not that like I love a game that's 60 hours, but I'm only buying one at a time, right? Like I don't have six big games like that.
Actually.
Yeah.
Let alone like even if you have the money to just throw at it.
Right.
What about just having time to sit down
put into it?
Like I need to get back on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is a 100-hour game, so I can do a review for it. But yeah, it's been hard to find the time to get
And anytime you're picking it up, it's like, well, I gotta play like at least 4 hours of this to make it
right,
or like 2 or 3 hours at least to make it feel like you're making any progress.
And like Tales of Panzera Azal, finished it last night. It said 11 hours on my playtime.
Yeah, that's a solid time.
That's a solid amount of game. And I didn't even 100% it. Like there's stuff I could go back.
You could still do.
Like I bet I could get easily another 4 hours out of it if I went back and just grabbed every single thing in the map. I bet I could at least.
Oh, okay, that's gonna eventually happen. It does not yet. All right, now I'm kind of just wandering, but that's.
I think this is taking you somewhere now.
Yeah, I don't reckon. Okay, not too bad to get back in there.
But yeah, no, I mean, like, I'll spend full price on a AAA like big budget game if it's good and it has stuff in it.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I was gonna say. Is like by the time most games' first sale comes around, they're a lot less buggy than launch, and so I tend to just
pick it up then because
wait for the first sale. If that takes longer than I would like, something like Alan Wake 2.
Sure. That was
full price the first time,
and also
I think I bought Baldur's Gate first time because. I mean, the versatility of playing it on the stream, and also I have friends playing it, and a bunch of stuff was like, like if I know since I know I'm gonna play it, okay, press and hold. Wait, is that saying?
Yeah, that is the touchpad. Could it be because we've been ignoring the logs and not collecting them that we don't have any to pull up? Maybe.
Possibly, but I feel like...
Because that's weird.
Is there UI that is right behind us that we're missing on this menu? Oh.
Oh, there
it's just on the right, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we do only literally have 2.
Okay. They are pretty inconsequential, honestly.
Right. We just needed that one poem. I did just get another poem that apparently didn't save as one.
Hey, welcome, Infina. You've played this game before? What did you think?
He got hurt. I see.
He's glitching out. This looks
like a memory or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a holograph of his death. Well, welcome in. How was your morning?
This is another new place. Nice. Okay, no, let's just do that.
I do think that going up here might have just been bad.
This, yeah, I agree.
If I remember correctly, this is made by Annapurna or however. Yes. Or I believe Annapurna Interactive is the, and you did spell it right. I believe Annapurna Interactive is the publisher. So they have a bunch of different studios that they publish games for. So yeah, try like the games to yeah, totally. And then yeah, since they're a publisher,
Do I
you
die
get
if I jump all the way down there?
I don't think there's any fall damage in this game, but I
There's
guess I
just like
could be wrong.
some chasms that don't count as
Right, if it's like an abyss.
right.
Yeah. Um,
Oh,
but yeah, since they're a publisher, they have a big variety of different stuff that they put together or publish for different studios. So you can get quite a lot of different things from them.
speaking of fall damage, or
This game is okay. I think
Falling
it's
effects.
I think it's pretty I think it's pretty good. There's I do an extra little thing to I think improve the game personally, which is turn the volume on the voice acting all the way off because I think the voice acting is not great, and this game like legitimately works better as like kind of a silence experience, like it's more of less of a narrative driven thing, and just making it like more about the vibe and the art, and kind of not doing as much of the story part.
oh,
The game's called Artful Escape. I've not played that before, but I'll definitely have to look into that. Artful Escape. What kind of game is that? Oh, the rail's going outside.
oh, so I can take the rail.
Yeah, hit that and then take a rail on the left.
Well, I gotta hit this one too. Oh
I
no,
think the
that's
rails
not.
are gonna
Yeah,
get you
yeah.
up there faster.
I
It's an indie
keep.
game, side scrolling. Nice. Oh, it's amazing. Sweet. Yeah, I like me a side scroller. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, damn it. Well, is it this time?
And then that's how you okay.
Yeah, I'll just return around.
At least you, and the creator of the game came to your stream. That's
Oh,
awesome.
That's cool.
That's very cool. That's super cool. Artful Escape. I will definitely check it out.
There.
It's a trippy game. I like me some psychedelic stuff.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Very much like me some psych. I'm a psychedelic guy.
How many eyes am I gonna have to open on this fucker?
I feel like there's probably only got to be one more. Well, when you do the scan, how many pink objective?
Oh yeah,
markers are
there was one more. I think there was just one more. You're right.
Yep, so it is. Yeah, just one.
How do I get back up there?
You might just go around the sides because you can walk on these clouds.
Yeah.
I like how the gravity just changes. Oh, and it's down here too. Get him out there. It's a good spot. But no, that's super cool, Fina. Dumpster cat, I swear to God. I mean, that cat literally did originally come out of a dumpster. Dude, you're fucking with the rappers.
Just pushing it around. Literally cannot physically get into it. Just moving it.
You little shit. That cat is tries to get into like the garbage and food more than the dog. Like, it is truly amazing to me, but
You're a little bit dog.
she is. That cat's got a dog personality. But she's gonna ignore me because I made it stop going after the food.
Right. Okay. Well,
96. Good indie game too. Okay, you're 96. I will have to check that out as well. And that's me and No Name specifically focus on doing indie games for our streams, so it's good to have more.
Oh god, I forgot the jumping option here.
Drops you off.
Crawling, yeah.
Would be an indie game with good storylines and nice art. Hell yeah!
Yeah,
Hell
yeah. Art style is one of the first things that'll grab me onto a game every time. You can have the most compelling game, and honestly, I won't give it the time it deserves if it's just like
Very
basic graphics, yeah, or like the criticism I once heard of PUBG was that it looks like it's using the like asset pack that came with their game developer software. Like they didn't do anything interesting to. I think they did do their own thing, and they determined what item slots and such they have, but it's not interesting. It's trying to do realism at a level that becomes more.
What's up, Lovey Winks? PUBG. For me, it's PUBG. What's up? How you doing? I have one game called Night in the Woods. It's odd the main character is a cat, so that's why I chose to play it. Nice. I've seen that one. I've seen stuff for that one. I haven't played it myself, but I've definitely seen like footage or trailers for it. I think that was the last one, yeah?
Yeah, we just gotta find the fucker now.
Top of the morning. I'm gonna put you in the back of a paddy wagon. A lot of dark humor and depression in it. Hey,
that's a game I can vibe with. Speaking of good art and depression, we played Gree a while ago, or Grease.
Yeah,
Gris. Yeah, that's the French word. I've heard people online call it Grease a bunch. Where I'm like, I'm gonna mention it in case that's how you've heard it.
Sure.
Yeah, Gree.
If you haven't seen that one, Fina, I would. Oh, you have played that. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I thought that was
like honestly powerful. Like it's so simple. Doesn't talk at you. It just lets you feel it.
Big on it again. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, we are too. Always looking for more of those. Give you good ones to stream if you need. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Any recommendations you want to toss in? We've got a list, but
I feel like our list has two subsets too now because we've talked about.
Maybe not. Might be able to make it out. Hey.
I feel like we have one list of a bunch of horror games that we've talked about doing.
True.
And then which will just probably be whatever we do around Halloween for the next however many years.
We have so many games already in the backlog.
But then we have some indies and stuff like that. But
I have like probably 15 or so games on our indie game list ready for us to just kind of go for whenever. But again, I'm always happy to add to that list. Like, I mean, these are incompletable objectives. Right? Like,
we're never going to play all of the games.
Never be able to do all of them, which drives my autism insane.
Yeah. But at the same time, it means we're going to keep doing it.
That's awesome. But I just remember as a kid, you could play
all of the games.
Single game.
Oh my god, yeah.
Only so many. You could play every game.
You know what? That's why I stopped playing Pokemon after the second one. Because you can't catch them. You're telling me to fucking catch them all. And A, I literally can't catch them all because I need 4 different game cartridges now. But B, I can't even fucking memorize them all after. I think that one got up to 250, and after that I was like, yo, you lost me.
Yeah,
I either have to dedicate my life to this or stop. And, same thing that happened when, I was really not paying attention there. Same thing that happened when everyone was like, oh, you're going to do college sports? Like, no, it's the same thing. You either dedicate your life to it and wake up at 5 a.m. every day and, as at NYU, it was a school of nerds. So sports wasn't a huge thing, but they did have a crew team that I really did.
Did they have a Pokemon team?
I'm sure they do now.
Okay. That's true. They might now.
or I don't know about a team, but like an intramural club.
You know, Pokemon is one of those where I've played a little Pokemon,
Yeah.
but I never was.
I thought the mechanics were fun, but if I'm going to play a card game like that at this point in my life, I would go back into Magic before I did Pokemon.
Oh, sure. You mean like the card game? I was thinking of video games.
Yeah. I started on the video game, but I kept going on the card game longer.
Sure.
Than I did the video games. Because the card game was still catching up and just doing the gold silver ones when the next games were coming out.
That makes sense.
Alright. Oh, so it's on this fucking
It's on moon, yeah. It's like Mario Galaxy
really,
style.
Yeah. Mario Galaxy meets the former.
Yeah, right. There's also some health squares around, which...
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot I was gonna do that before coming up here. Alright, well, I mean, I'll have full on my second, yeah.
If you die a life, like a whole life, though, you do lose one of those slots.
Oh.
And then you have to buy it again.
Well, it doesn't look like that thing back to the planet is there anymore. Oh, there was one. I almost want to leave these for my next shot at it, though.
I think those respawn if
do
you
they?
die.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I actually think they might respawn even just
over time.
timer.
Well, that would be nice.
I remember this game not being too hard.
Right.
Like it was
Okay,
really
we're
easy
full,
going.
we're full. Where are you? Is it somewhere? Oh, I see a hand. I don't know where to start on this, dude. Because he's just turning to face me.
Fina, have you ever played Jet Set Radio at all? Or are you familiar with that game?
Oh, nope. Don't go under it.
Yep, but they totally just respawn.
And I didn't lose one. Oh, but I didn't die on the last one. Because I fell.
Oh, yeah, you didn't like fully die. You just got like... Oh, I see it's behind him. I think you have to get him.
Right. Oh, so yeah, you have to perfect dodge that.
And then
fucking hell.
Grab his tail.
Yeah. Okay, I got out of the circle, but apparently underneath is not.
Not a safe.
Yeah.
He like comes down with his whole chest.
Yeah. So what are... It's kind of funny. What is the point of the... Yeah, so...
Oh, it's his hand.
Oh, it's right there.
Now you can... Okay. There you go.
Now we're doing
That's
that.
that.
And then you go down the tail, not up it.
Yo, you haven't heard of that one before? Well, Jet Set Radio was a big game. The second one, Jet Set Radio Future, was a huge game in my childhood. Very psychedelic, very wild, crazy-looking art style, cel-shaded, very colorful. They're bringing it back. They're doing a new one. We haven't seen much for it yet, but we do know they're making a brand new one. There was also an indie game last year called Bomb Rush Cyberpunk that did this very it was like a spiritual sequel, but it was basically like this indie game studio was just like we're gonna make a new Jet Set Radio because no one else has done it.
Yeah.
But it's like you're on rollerblades. It's like Sunset Overdrive. You know, when Sunset Overdrive came out, I did see.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, totally. When Sunset Overdrive came out, I was looking at it like, this kind of reminds me of Jet Set Radio. So yeah, there's definitely, you're definitely right to notice similarities there. And then like so, Jet Set Radio, you're on rollerblades. You're doing like graffiti on like this like kind of funky, colorful like Tokyo, and the soundtrack is what really makes it though, and that's where I'd say it's Sunset Overdrive doesn't quite hit the soundtrack part because it's this.
I don't think I can.
Jet Set Radio has this amazing like it's like electronic funk, Y2K era hip hop soundtrack to it that is just phenomenal. It is still to this day, I think like the best soundtrack in a video game, and this game came out in like 2002. I still think it's my favorite video game soundtrack of all time. Sounds like kind of like a game called Concrete Jungle as well. I've seen stuff for that. So that's another one I've definitely seen stuff for. Minus the music part. Yeah, the Jet Set Radio games are not the easiest thing to get a hold of. Like you have to emulate them or like torrent them to be able to play them. I think now, unless you have like an original Xbox. But Bomb Rush Cyberfun had the same music composer come back to do that indie game. So
That's
Bomb
cool.
Rush Cyberfun, that is just on Steam, that's just on Xbox, that's just on PlayStation, that's just on everything.
Is it one where playing that first is?
I don't think so. I don't
playing
think
the first one is
No, even like between the two.
Or I guess I mean the first two. Yeah, like
To have, like,
is
the-
Bomb Rush like starting with Bomb Rush Cyberpunk? Would that be weird to be jumping in on the indie one?
I think it works on it on its own.
Okay.
To be honest, they did such a good job, I think, of kind of recreating the feeling of what Jet Set Radio is with that game.
Yeah.
That it honestly kind of... It honestly kind of...
Danger.
It almost feels like it just is another Jet Set Radio
Right.
game. But the thing about even the two Jet Set Radio games that did get made back in the day, they don't... there's not like a narrative totally being drawn between the two games. Like, the second one is like a reboot, basically.
Okay.
The second one's like a reboot. Like where it takes the same characters and a lot of basic like elements of it and kind of remixes it into its own kind of new thing.
Okay.
And the brand new one that was announced last year, I think is going to be the same thing. I don't think that's going to be like
they're not doing any continual story. It's just
it's just like here's
aesthetic.
these character designs and aesthetics and kind of the world of it.
Yeah.
And let's just kind of keep that.
Let's keep playing it in this. Let's keep playing in this world.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a continuing arc.
You guys should get into Roblox one day since you like indie games. There's so much on there. I mean, it does seem like it'd be worth checking out.
I've heard a number of people say it's worth checking out. I hate that I'm saying this very much. I am interested and excited to see where this Fortnite as a platform is going. I think it's an interesting concept.
Sure.
Like they're becoming another Steam kind of. Yeah, it is. That's why I hate it. Like the IP suffocation in that is, but like the fact that now they're like, okay, we're gonna work with anybody and do racing games and their classic battle royale.
Side of it.
It's racing. So it's cross unlock where unlocking stuff for your Rocket League car
also
unlocks in Fortnite and vice versa. Which was something I liked in the Team Fortress era of Steam, where you were just cross unlocking cosmetics in all your games, and none of it affected anything. It's just cosmetics.
Sure.
But being rewarded for playing multiple games by the same developer, or in this case, publisher.
Right.
I don't know, loyalty rewards for playing video games by someone. Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, it's okay because I don't like Fortnite, so.
I don't like. I mean, I have had fun with, but I don't, seek out playing the battle royale mode of Fortnite.
Right.
But it's one of the few games my little cousin plays, so I do end up playing it.
And if I had like a family member, like a young kid,
yeah.
I would probably play it with them.
And it's what we mostly end up doing in it is these other like game modes that people have created in it, sort of similar to Roblox, where it's, you know, protect your castle, or just straight up like fucking one of them was just like laser tag.
Oh, that's cool.
And so like, yeah, the fact that they're letting people create within it. If someone pays me.
Sponsorship.
I was gonna say that you technically at a certain point, if you're streaming, someone is paying you to play it.
That's true, on technicality. But yeah, it's one I've never. I mean, I am generally. I'll also say I just am not.
You don't
really
play online.
Multiplayer shooter games, right? So like that goes like Fortnite, Call of Duty, like any of those really are kind of in the same sphere.
100%.
Battlefield.
Yeah, of any of those games, the one I play the most of is Battlefront.
Oh,
and that's when I want Star Wars. Yeah.
I loved the original Battlefront games from the.
Oh yeah, it's too bad the remaster of that was complete arse.
Yeah, I'm hoping maybe they'll kind of patch it up and fix it, and I'll keep an eye on it. And see,
right,
but it's too
discouraging. I think that was the last one before the center eye.
So close. Yeah, that was too bad. Yeah, those are.
I thought that the like modern, not the remake, but the
actual
reboot or whatever, was. The first one was alright. The second one was better, but there's just like
there was it caused all the loot box controversies,
right?
And then once that was removed,
that's when I became I didn't get it until after that, honestly. So I never experienced the worst of it, and just.
Yeah,
like when I bought it, also it was on one of the many Star Wars Day sales since it. So I got it for very cheap with all of the DLC content.
Oh yeah, I think I actually do have it. I got it for free at one point. I think. I mean, again, it's the online multiplayer thing.
Right. They needed a campaign like the originals had. That was the thing.
Well, the second game did have a campaign, but it wasn't. I didn't think it was really as good.
That was the Jyn Erso storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, or not Jyn Erso. Iden Verso, I believe is the character.
Star Wars names are too similar.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was fun. It was part of the universe that hadn't been as explored.
I just like that they marketed it as you're going to play as someone in the Empire this time, and then like
immediately leave the Empire. Yeah. No, marketing teams are just always
lying.
Yeah. I was going to say the worst part of any commercial experience. No matter what. And like the amount of movies that have not succeeded when they deserve to because the marketing team
just sucked.
Said like this is a horror when it's like
drama.
Well, fucking Bly Manor was.
I mean, I thought
just a romantic drama that got marketed as horror.
I thought that sucked as a romantic drama.
Sure, but like. The wrong people who were watching it in general, they're like, it's like, it just kind of, what it taught me was, okay, don't look into it as a horror just because Flanagan's attached.
No, absolutely. I've seen so many, like indie, like thriller kind of mystery movies where the trailer is like, this is a horror film.
What? God damn it.
Like, the trailer, it cuts it so it looks like this like super intense horror film. And you watch the movie, and it's more of like a thriller.
It's like North by Northwest, basically.
I've had that experience so many times.
Yeah.
And then, like, sometimes those movies are great, too.
But it's not what you went in looking for.
But it's not what you watched the movie to see. And then it ends up not doing well because it's like people were promised one thing by marketing, and that's not what they got. It does a disservice to a lot of art.
Yes, 100%. Oh shit, I forgot. Thank God for the long reach on that weapon. I'm not making this jump. I just pulled the stick back for a second at the wrong time. Alright, but like even I gotta grab health items.
Make a little appearance here, huh? Yeah.
Forget you. I gotta grab health items before I forget and die.
Make a little appearance on the front. He's just like passed out in my lap otherwise. Well, yeah, let's see. What else did we do at the afternoon tune yesterday? We did I mentioned that we reviewed The Phantom Menace already.
Yeah.
We did a review for the second arc of Hunter x Hunter. A lot of negativity.
I was gonna say, with how many arcs there are, how long are you gonna have to, you finished the show, you're done with that.
The whole show.
You're gonna have to be talking about it for a while yet, though.
I would say, I'd say the next 4 weeks.
Okay, that's not terrible.
Yeah, we're doing one arc of every Monday.
Okay.
4 weeks, yeah, I'd say. And some of them are shorter and longer than others. Sure. One of them's like 60 episodes at one point, so that's like a huge chunk of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoilers for my future reviews, but I don't know. But yeah, let's see. We also talked about the reveal for Superman. They put the first image out of David Corenswet as James Gunn's new Superman in that costume. Did you see that image?
Yes.
What did you think?
Or at least I think it was like the classic. Oh no, I guess I didn't see that.
Oh, okay.
What I saw, I think, was maybe some like Photoshop thing of him in one of the classic poses, or maybe it was a poster for some that got released.
Oh, I can.
Yeah.
But I like it. There's color in it, which missing for the last decade,
right?
With the Snyder DC universe. But there's actually color in the costume. I think it looks good. There is a lot of like, or some at least of like some of the extra lines and stuff that I sometimes, not always as much of it, just because it can overcomplicate. But it doesn't look. I don't think they did too much of it. I think they kept it fairly minimal. He's got the trunks, which I'm happy about. I prefer the trunks. Mostly not even because I like the superhero character has to have the underwear on the costume. But because if you take the underwear off Superman specifically, it's too much blue. Like the color scheme doesn't look right. It's like too much concentrated blue.
You have to add like a weird pinstripe down his leg or something of the red.
It just
gets weird.
Exactly.
Suddenly you're just like in a video game alt costume.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm really glad for that. I think it looks really good. I'm really happy with it.
Cool.
I want to see what it looks like in motion before I judge it entirely. Hey, there you go.
Oh. My back got so tense on that last run. Oh. All right.
So this big glowy thing. But yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm into it so far. This is like, I'll show you the image as well here.
Oh yeah.
I'm also thinking Brainiac.
Yeah.
Based on that in the background there. But yeah, I'm excited. DC has sucked for so long.
Right.
At least the majority of it has been so bad.
It's time for a flip flop.
Yeah,
And
Marvel
is going downhill.
Marvel collapsed, and Marvel kind of is not doing so great now.
Now that they have competition, we've talked about this before, but now that they have competition, hopefully that's the step that they need to step their shit up. And
and like Marvel,
it'd be great
DC,
to have both of them be great.
It would be great to have both be good at the same time. But even in the comic books, Marvel and DC have always kind of traded places a little bit. Like, one of them will have a great run, and then it'll get too cocky, and kind of fall apart, and then the other one will pick up and get their shit together right at the same time. And
often by pulling whoever wrote the last great run from the other one.
Yep, that's true. They'll steal each other's writers, and I mean, it just shows you. It just goes to show that the individual artists are the people who are actually.
100%. Which is like. It was funny when a bunch of people were like, "Oh, James Gunn betrayed Marvel by going to DC after Guardians." Hey, yeah, it's like A, they fired him, and B, look at like if Grant Morrison only wrote for Marvel, only wrote for DC,
we would never have like the Grant Morrison Doom Patrol. Like,
there's so many different things.
Yeah, it's Grant Morrison's run on Superman, Batman, Doom Patrol, Animal Man for Vertigo, like
right.
There's so I mean that's ridiculous.
Do I have any full suits? I'm pretty sure I don't.
No, not yet. I think you.
I have bits and pieces of a bunch of them. Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, I don't want to jump the gun until it comes out, and like DC needs to do work to earn goodwill back from audience, especially like general mainstream audiences that don't pay attention to like the news like we do.
Right.
Because I'm watching every little thing. I know who's directing it. I know who's writing it. I know every actor that's cast in it. So I have more of an idea of, hey, I like all these individual pieces. I think this will come together in an interesting way. But like most people are just like, DC movie? I don't know. Those haven't been very good for a while. That's all most people know, right? Is they're just going to see. So the Superman movie, they need to do something. I think this movie can't just be good. I think it has to be genuinely great.
I think that's it's not exactly make or. Oh, I did lose one of my.
I don't think it'll be totally make or break.
No, but it's like this is your first impression.
Yeah, but if it's good. I could, it could be a slow build where DC kind of slowly pulls itself together. But I really do think that they need to put something that's like genuinely great out. Yeah. Because if they can do that,
it'll quickly turn around the.
Yeah. And Superman's he's just a more mainstream known character. So like if you can do that well, plus also that's going to prove that you can handle telling stories.
Sure.
Just in general, because like James Gunn has this very particular style that he's known for, and it's generally more dirty, more raunchy, more foul-mouthed, more violent. And so, and like Guardians of the Galaxy, certainly not as dark, right? It's like other stuff he's done, like Slither or Suicide Squad, just compared to other superhero type stuff. But Superman needs to have a level of like optimism and kind of upbeat,
literally.
Sensibility to it.
Hope.
Yeah,
that's literally his thing.
Yeah, and so this will also kind of be the proof that James Gunn can do radically different tones and types of stories. This will be. He also kind of is going to be proving that in this movie.
Yeah, so, totally.
I think that's going to be.
Which he seems to understand
that I think
the problems of what the DC has faced in general, but especially specifically the Superman stories we've gotten.
The thing that gave me the most confidence for what James Gunn is doing for DC was watching his interview with Michael Rosenbaum. I don't know if you Mike.
I've seen
Michael
clips
Rosenbaum
of it.
like that
Yeah.
on the podcast. Watching that, the way James Gunn talked about superhero movies, because I 100% agree with him. This is what I've been saying for a while. People are not tired of superhero movies. There's no such thing as superhero movies. People are tired of mediocre movies.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of people have gotten very lazy with their superhero movies.
Right.
They're making them simplistic.
The same formula for every movie.
Same formula,
you know the good guys are going to win.
Good guys will win.
The amount of comics arcs that end with the villain in complete control.
Yeah.
Like,
tons of comic books.
The villains should be winning in some of these superhero movies. It shouldn't have a feel-good
The villains
ending.
also should not always... It also bugs me that they so often will kill the villain at the end of the movie, so they don't have to deal with them anymore. But in the comics, these villains generally don't themselves die very often,
right?
Because they have to be a continued part of the world, and they have to be a problem that is dealt with on a regular basis.
Right.
It's this integrated, ongoing thing, and that's also been missing.
Yeah, totally.
But,
and even the ones that survive get anti-heroized.
Yes, often. Yeah, they become
where it's I mean, I guess they did that a little bit with Zemo. What's it called?
Well, Falcon and Winter.
Yes.
But
it wasn't.
Think they kept him as still being.
He was still untrustworthy. He was still the villain. They didn't go all the way with it.
Yeah, he was still clearly just waiting to sell them out, right? And just at any given moment, you didn't know what he was going to do. So.
Yeah, which is fine. That can be interesting.
If you're gonna do that with the villain, I think that's how you do it.
You're right.
You keep it.
Unless it's genuinely I mean, Magneto in this X-Men '97 is he is still Magnus. He's still his true full character, and also he's been challenged by his spoilers for early X-Men '97, but challenged by his friend to be better.
Yeah.
In a way that he can't ignore, as he always has.
And I mean, for Magneto in particular too in this show, Magneto is also always been.
Yeah. No,
at least
absolutely.
for a very long time.
Yeah.
One of the more complex villains. I mean, since some of the earliest comics,
he's just villain. Yeah.
But it wasn't too long before they started to give him some more depth and dimension.
Right. Once someone else took over his writing from Stan.
Yeah. Stan
not to say that he did a bad job, but those early days, he was doing.
He was
comic books of that era.
Punch him sock.
Yeah. But he created these characters that people were able to take and make these absolutely literature-altering characters.
Oh yes. I mean, if you're not someone that is into comics or reads comics, it can be very easy to underestimate them.
Where am I supposed to go?
But there are some amazing stories in all those series. Just really, really, really incredible stuff. I challenge if anyone thinks comic books, don't have interesting or
juvenile.
I would challenge anyone that thinks that to read Mouse.
Oh fuck yeah!
That'd be kind of the number one. I'd go go read that and then come back to me.
Yeah. But I mean, even there are X-Men runs especially that are
X-Men's always been one of my favorites too.
Deny that they are just talking about heavy important subjects. They're also doing it with a level of complexity and nuance and understanding that we're not even getting out of
live action movies.
Our real quote unquote media, like
I mean, look at the X-Men cartoon.
Yeah, but what movie was it? We were just talking about some movie where they said something I haven't seen yet that you saw and didn't like.
Something that I saw and didn't like.
That, or I don't remember if it didn't come out as something we're worried about. Where, God, I'm totally losing my train of thought. As I try to figure out where the hell I'm supposed to go.
I think you're probably supposed to go backwards to the hub area, right?
Okay, yeah.
Maybe there's a new doorway over there somewhere.
I saw something melt, but it seemed to be where I was starting off in that last one.
Okay.
But both directions were places I'd been. We're talking about something. That had like an MCU style joke, just like a bad, dumb, forced in by the Fallout show.
Yes. No, the Fallout.
Yes, something you didn't. I was like, the thing I remember about the conversation is that you did not like it. That like MCU style, like, it's not, I was gonna say low brow, but that's not what I mean. Low bar for humor, where it's just like,
it just feels
we're
lazy.
gonna do a little funny something and call it wit.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because it's like become this product of, let's see, because let's see, so you've been over.
I've been to all of these.
So there's some gateway that's opened up somewhere.
Right.
Let's see if I can.
Maybe it's off of the Iron Root Basin. Let's check it out.
Yes, actually. So I pulled up the full map.
Yeah.
So the other two areas, actually, the final two, both splinter from that one.
Cool.
One at each end, it looks like. But no, I mean, the X-Men in particular has always been about civil rights. Well, not always, but very
from
early.
Its earliest best run, or from its early.
I mean,
really
even as early as Stan Lee, just not like the
first
issue.
Yeah.
But even Stan Lee very quickly saw that's what made sense to do with it.
Yeah. Anyone looking at the world, especially at that time, and saying, "Okay, these people are different. How's the world going to react?" With a storytelling eye, you immediately see.
Oh, that's it, right up there.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Oh, I already got this one.
But yeah, and I mean, you get. And, the comics also have their time of being good and bad, too, right? Like, they also go back and forth quite a bit. So, it's not like you could just pick up any comic and have it be great. But,
very true. But did you do Free Comic Book Day this year?
No. I think the only time I've actually gone to Free Comic Book Day was back in, 2015. There was a Marvel versus Attack on Titan crossover one time that I went and picked up. That was a promo for Comic Book Day that year.
Yeah.
I think that's the only time that I've ever made a point to go.
Yeah, I was already out at Meadery with a friend, and we're like, we were going somewhere else for a Star Wars Day event later, and we're like, it's Free Comic Book Day, and we got an hour to kill before, so we went and we each picked up one, but they had 2 bags of free comic books, like the kids ones.
I think you're going the right way. I think there's just a spiral upwards.
Yeah, there's one bag of kids ones, and then the bag of, I think it's this. Yeah, the kids ones and then the adult ones, we just grabbed one bag of each just to see what was in it. The one of the... and then we just each took a bag and we'll trade after we're done reading them. The one in the kids' book that I'm very curious about, or think will be very funny, is Arkham Asylum.
Arkham Asylum? Is this like Ace the Bat Hound?
It's like Ace the Bat Hound's Joker, who's a dog that has been...
Is it a Chihuahua?
It kind of looks like a... I mean, kind of...
Or I can see
Whippet is not the right dog. I mean, that's what it looks like.
It looks
really.
like a hyena.
But it's white with green, obviously.
Because Joker and Harley will totally have
and then,
hyenas in the comics sometimes.
Yeah, I'm sure that they'll show up. There's, or maybe not in this one, but in the book in general. And then one of Catwoman's cats is also on the cover. But yeah, it's like the villain's story of Ace's life.
That's funny. That's very funny.
That just feels like I can't land in it. We'll find out. Okay, so I kind of can, but...
You can temporarily, but...
Yeah, if I touch it, it's not good.
Yeah, if you stay in it too long.
Okay.
What is that? Oh.
Oh, that was
there you
correct.
go.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's been long enough since I played this that I forgot most of the like little mechanics and stuff that they introduce across.
It's like, are you either gonna have to hit this or bring the like radiation energy to it? Oh, I should have bought my... I have enough. I should have bought my health thing back. Oops, that's not on. I see.
I think that one's electrified right now.
Yep. Health box, no health box. Sometimes the skating is an unsafe mechanic.
It's like it's going too fast almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to really like. Yeah, the games that have like a certain level of speed to them becomes.
There's a little bit of almost rhythm game put in. Oh, that's the other thing that I thought was funny is that Fortnite is maybe about to be the rebirth of Rock Band.
That's wild. That's pretty wild.
Except, so I still have the Rock Band 4 controller. They're like, oh, that's going to work in it. I tried it. Yes, I believe that's the plan. They said they have more announcements in the future.
This might be the thing that gets me.
Yeah.
Fucking goddamn it.
Yeah, I know. It's so frustrating, and you're going to have to buy V-Bucks to buy songs.
Okay.
I mean, there are songs you can play that are just like the currently active songs, but if you want to keep them permanently, you have to pay for them. So like right now, the Cantina Band song is playable for Star Wars Day. But the controls that they have for it are asinine and aren't based on the controls of the previously existing controllers, because Harmonix or somebody has the... I don't know if it's because someone has the key bindings copyrighted, or...
Just played the real Rock Band game. Why is everything repetitive? Are people not tired? Well, the problem is that Rock Band hasn't had a game in a long time. And
right. I think people never got tired of that one, in a way.
I think it wore its welcome out.
Yeah, well, okay, true.
But
if it had continued making high-quality games instead of the same game over and over, if they had been evolving, I think that they would have been continued to be more successful.
The problem with going back to playing the old Rock Band is that... Oh, no, I totally know what you mean.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And I don't disagree. But...
I think there are always going to be nostalgia fiends.
There's always going to be some of that, I think. at least to a degree.
Yeah.
But with the old rock bands, it's not as easy to just go back and play them because
A new game that's actually good. Well, I guess it's not original IP, but I would say play Alan Wake. Or
see, I see new movies that I think are great all the time, new shows that are good all the time. I don't think new stuff that's good ever really went anywhere. I think it might not be.
There is a lot of attention going to reboots and remasters.
There is, but there's also
so
so much more that's being made as
in
a
general.
whole.
Yeah,
absolutely. Movies and theaters. Yeah, I see stuff all the time. Yeah, all the time. Not every single thing that comes out, by any means, but yeah, all the time. I mean, the thing that sucks is that a lot of movies, a lot of the really good movies are only in theaters for like a week or two because they don't get as much time because they're not going to make as much money, so they're harder to catch and catch when they're actually there. And then I get all the way back up with that one. Last one on it. Oh, I think there's been tons of good movies since then. Yeah, I've been. It's it's not a musical. I think that's what they said when they first announced it.
It sounds like there's going to be a musical sequence.
Yeah, So it got
the whole thing itself is.
It got kind of misinterpreted. It's not really a musical. It's like basically it's just that music is going to be an important element of the movie, but it's not actually
the characters singing.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some, but it's there will be some.
Oh.
It's just that it got overblown a little bit, or interpreted as being the whole thing would be like that. And once they put the trailer out and then started doing interviews about the movie, the director came out and said it's not that it's a musical, it's just going to happen. See, I think the movie looks great. Yeah, I mean, to each their own, but yeah, I think it looks great. I think there's tons of good stuff coming out all the time, and there's so much good stuff that it's I can't even engage with all of it because there's so much good stuff that I don't even have the time to do everything. Not a fan of musicals. Yeah, again, I don't think it is a musical. That's what they've said is it's not a musical. It's just got a lot of music in it. So there might be a sequence or two, but Wonka. Well, the original Willy Wonka is a musical, so that was always that had to be a musical because the original was.
Yeah.
I don't think you could do Wonka not as a musical. That's just kind of what the whole property is,
I think, yeah.
That's a musical going back to the original film.
Right. I think that if you really strictly went to the book, you could do it not as a musical.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, you could do so.
Where it's an adaptation of the book and not trying to completely separate it from Gene Wilder. But I think that's maybe a mistake. It would be a mistake to do.
Wonka was singing every 10. I mean, the Oompa Loompas were singing every 10 minutes in the original, weren't they? It was pretty. I mean, maybe it's been too long since I've watched it, but I remember that being all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
they're the act break.
Basically, it might also. They were not. No. I mean that's. What I
every time one of the kids goes down, which is at least 4, they do a little. I mean, it's like a 2-line ditty. But yeah, every time one of the kids goes down, they sing.
Yeah. That's how I remembered it at least.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I think of Willy Wonka as a musical, as a hard line. That's kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of what it is to me. I haven't even seen the new one, to be honest.
No, I haven't seen any but the original. Yeah, honestly. I don't think I saw the Johnny Depp one.
Well, the Johnny Depp one was garbage.
Ron Wonka didn't sing for everything he said. No, that's true.
Oh, I mean, is it like an opera? Do they sing the entire movie? Because that'd be an opera,
right?
If they go that far with it. I guess a musical is when they have dialogue in between the songs, and an opera is when every single it's the entire thing.
pretty much interesting.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I wasn't exactly, sold on the idea of doing a new Wonka movie just because I feel like what is there to do with Willy Wonka?
Yeah, what's left?
But
Gene did it the first time.
So there was something. So it's a musical, not a that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't super interested in the movie just because Willy Wonka. I just like, what more can you do with Willy Wonka? But that's just me. But no, I mean, so far this year, because I also just don't get out to the theater as much as I would like. Yeah, I mean, hey, if stuff's not working for you, that's totally fair. I find a lot of stuff that works for me though, and I find it's pretty constantly new stuff too. Like there's a lot of nostalgia, but I think there's also a product of there's just so much more things that get made overall, like good and bad, just period, just things in general. You find good movies online, just have to search. You totally know. And the thing is, a lot of those movies were in theaters. It's just that they got squeezed out by the big blockbuster movies because, for whatever. Well, the reason is because movie studios are now like obsessed with having a blockbuster all the time.
Right.
Didn't come easily, like how the old days were. Yeah, I mean that's totally fair. Like, I would say that I think I find so much good stuff the way that I do because I am kind of hyper plugged into the industry and kind of everything that's going on. So I hear about all of the weird kind of indie films and things that people maybe aren't being talked about as much. So I see like this percentage of the entertainment industry that I think is unusual. Like which most people are not as aware of all of the stuff that I am. So if you're not like hyper focused on it and like kind of fixated on it, it's going to be harder to find stuff, and that's completely reasonable. But that's why I'll with my. Sometimes movies people find good or have good reviews are boring. I mean, and that's also, to everybody's going to have their own opinion. There's movies that people hate that I like, and movies that I love that other people. I mean, everybody's going to have their own kind of individual kind of taste and sense of quality.
So good.
I mean, there's one example I could give is do you remember the movie Zero Dark 30? Jesse Chastain. It was like a kind of
I know the
kind of investigation film about it was like the CIA and dealing with like the terrorist cells.
Yeah, it sounds vaguely familiar at least.
We'll see, and there you go. That's one that you were a fan of, and that movie got like rave reviews. It was like universal praise. The director had like previously done a film that had won an Oscar, and so like it was this big deal, just like an Oscar-winning movie.
Yeah,
I didn't care for it. I didn't really like Zero Dark 30. I found it super boring, honestly. And again, that's just one example where like my opinion completely different from the mainstream. Wasn't that amazing for an Oscar? Sure. I mean, so like you liked it but didn't love it, I guess. For me, I was like the movie. What it does, that it's interesting in a way, but it's very much kind of doing this thing where it's intended to not be like it's intended to kind of not have really deep characters. Like it's a procedural on purpose, and it's kind of trying to give the sense of like these people almost have to like not be people to do this job because this job is so intense. But I found that boring because I didn't
want characters.
And I was like, well, these characters aren't interesting then because you're intentionally giving them less personality, even though it's the point. and I can respect the experiment of the attempted storytelling, it didn't work for me.
Right.
Discord group I'm in showed me Starship Troopers, and I was bored. See, and I love that movie. Yeah, I love Starship Troopers.
I mean, that's one you have to go in.
No,
I think
it's a satire.
Well, yeah, knowing that and to like appreciate it, you have to go in wanting to analyze the movie you're watching.
Yeah,
because if you're just watching it at face value, it's like, okay, this is fine. It's some satire, but it's not.
Yeah, that's definitely more of like a kind of analytical sit down and really.
Yeah, like the important thing or the thing that's really trying to do is not about the story at all.
It's more about it. It's more about being a deconstruction of military propaganda.
Right.
But again, if it didn't work for you, it didn't work for you, and there's nothing wrong with that either.
Right. Well, and yeah, that's most people who are going into watching a movie aren't looking to
have to like
think a bunch. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I think this is where I differ from the mainstream. I think a lot is that I think the mainstream film audience is watching something to be entertained, right? Whether it is a simple movie or a complicated movie that is easy to digest, whatever it is, it's people are looking to be entertained. And I'm not necessarily looking to be entertained. I'm looking for thought exercises. And so that immediately is I am going into film. If you like analyzing, you should watch them on Amazon. I've actually seen some of it. I thought I didn't love it. I kind of felt like it was trying to do Get Out, but it wasn't as clever, I
remembered thinking it was like
it was kind of doing the same thing, but it didn't.
It looked similar.
I know they did a second season, so maybe I'll go back and watch the second season. I watched the whole first season, and they put out a season 2 recently. I'd be willing to go back and try and watch the second season and see if I clicked with it more.
Right.
You didn't think it? Oh, it's like an anthology kind of thing? Interesting, okay. I thought it was a lot like Get Out, honestly. Thought it kind of felt like it was trying to copy it a little bit, but it didn't. It just didn't have as much. I mean, that's possible too. It also came out at the same time as like Lovecraft Country, and I also thought that did some of themes that just worked better there.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all different, right? None of these things are exactly the same, but there's certain like thematic elements and topics that they broach that are in the same sphere, and so they might not be the same thing. But
what is I don't know them at all. What is the premise of?
So it's been a couple years since I watched it, but the show was scary as hell. Here's where I like the things that I liked about it, and then where it didn't quite work as well for me. I thought the horror part of it, I thought that worked. I thought that did work. Right? It is very much kind of your social commentary horror. This family moves into this house, and again, it's touching on similar ideas to some of these other series. But where I didn't like it as much is I felt like it was kind of so constantly always about bad things happening to this black family, and I never felt like I got to see them as regular people and experience like the full broader range of emotions,
which is often a problem in outcast horror like that.
Yeah, so when I compare it to Get Out, right, the reason I do that is because I think that movie it has that horror racism, and it has the social commentary horror. I'm not saying that they're the exact same thing, but I think that Get Out it does this thing where you also see people you also see the character as like
you see them at home having fun, and
like there's more than just the fear.
I do think,
and I think, and not just social commentary horror, but I think any kind of horror, if it's only fear the entire time, 100% of the time, it loses its impact.
You get desensitized.
Yeah, it's a pacing thing for me. Like it's so just constantly. It's like, okay, well now this is just what I feel like all the time, and I'm just like it's not doing different things at different moments.
I do think
Oh yeah, I mean absolutely. But like Lovecraft Country, as another example, is these black characters in the 50s. But you also in that show get
examples of their family's joy.
Like you get to see other. But
the like not being able to settle into them as characters as being kind of the point. I do think that's an interesting way to do it.
And I think that is I think I could totally see that. But I think it maybe just doesn't. For me, I just don't find it as interesting because I want to get to know these characters as people and then feel fear with them and then know what they're going through, and that just helps me connect to them. That's why I was called them. And that's totally, and that makes sense. That totally makes sense. Also, afternoon, Tune, how are you doing? Welcome.
Hello. I missed that. Welcome.
I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I should get going shortly.
And don't like them, but don't know them, and that totally makes sense. I get that. That totally, but like I can see how that resonates for sure. I just that was my main thing with the show. Is I just wish that if they had, I just wish that I could have gotten to know them a little bit more, and that I wanted to know them, I guess, and then that just helps me.
Okay, where's my squad?
It's like I was just saying with Zero Dark 30, that movie is intentionally not giving the characters a lot of character, specifically because it's like it's so hard to do this job, you have to almost dehumanize yourself, right? And that was the point, but it made it less interesting. Oh, it's up.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't catch that. But, Afternoon Tune, how are you doing today? We were just discussing the state of the film industry, and Afternoon Tune's a big movie critic. He sees a lot of stuff. So, if you're looking for recommendations at any point for good movies, Afternoon Tune I think is a damn good reliable source.
Or for movies to avoid.
Or for movies to avoid, also too. Yeah. I think both. I trust
quite a useful service.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I trust Afternoon Tune's opinion a lot, honestly. I'll go listen to reviews that I'm not on that channel often. Mm-hmm. The scary movies that make me yell at the TV. That's in my life. The last this year hasn't had a ton of stuff that I've seen super really so far. I mean, it's, and again, when I say too. Well, I can't host anything because I don't have a PC. I need to get my PC, and then I do plan on hosting watch parties and stuff for Discord and doing stuff like that. So it will happen. It definitely will happen. It just might take a little time to get there. I am trying to get my PC this summer though, so hopefully soon. Hopefully soon we can start doing that. And also, like, hey, oh, and that too, totally. I'd be totally cool with that. And then, but yeah, like, I mean, I also with hey, it works for me. And then, like for me, I also, when if I do like host like a watch party for something, I will also, definitely be kind of doing it with the intention of almost like what I want to do is almost like a book club,
like an open discussion, kind of sit and talk after it.
Yeah, like let's as a group, let's do the crazy board with the red string connecting dots. Like let's do that crazy, super deep, like obnoxiously analytical conversation. Because that to me, like as much as I love watching stuff, I almost enjoy that more. I almost enjoy the picking things apart and the discussion of it, you know.
I would challenge the use of almost there. I think they're pretty.
Almost.
I think you're pretty
50-50.
equal. Yeah. On which like it's clear enhances your enjoyment of it. Like that's how you enjoy is looking at it and analyzing.
Yeah. Well, possession from it.
Which is why we are obsessed with Remedy.
Yes, that's why we are so big into the Remedy games, because there is so much of the experience is that. Like, the games themselves, I think, are great, but I think if you just absorb them as a surface level, they're really good games. But you're missing. I think you're also missing a lot too if you only kind of look at them on their surface.
Oh God, how am I
watching a movie this weekend called Possession from the 80s? You have to let me know how that is. I have not seen it.
Ah, shit, that's a wild one.
I think so. Set up that plant.
Yeah.
And then I think what you do is jump over here and then use that to get
out. Okay. Oh, follow the droplets. Okay, after this one, I should get there.
Oh, what time do you have to leave to, by the way?
Like
5 minutes.
Yeah, but I'm good for a minute. I mean, I can show up late. I don't have a meeting right away or anything. Ah, shit.
Now, this is only the first of 2 streams that we have today, so we will also.
Actually 3. Tim and I will be doing a co-host takeover since he's busy Friday.
Oh shit! Well, what time are you planning on doing that?
Night, sometime tonight.
Okay.
7:30 maybe.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we'll definitely
around our usual time.
Politics by then.
Yeah. Oh.
Nice. So 3 streams on the channel today. Damn, that's a lot. All right, that's awesome. Yeah, we'll be wrapping up in just a minute here.
Yeah.
And then 2:30 we'll come back on.
What are you playing right now?
We are still in the middle of The Last of Us Part 2. Yeah. Streams. Yeah. I didn't even know how many streams.
Yeah, I have to text him and tell him that it is verified that I'm good for 7:30 because we hadn't talked about what time. I walked it literally into that.
But yeah, hell yeah. So yeah. We'll wrap up at 2:30. We'll come back on with The Last of Us Part 2, Alex and Ulysses, and then 7:30 with Tim and No Name, Baldur's Gate 3. I'll probably hang out in the chat.
Yeah, we're gonna. I can't remember what I'm doing.
You won't see me on camera for that one. That's the one stream that I'm not actually posting.
I don't know if that was worth it. I could have just ignored that. I was trying to get back to that.
Oh, that is the central.
Well, yeah.
Probably a better place to start from next time.
Yeah, did I hit the checkpoint over here? There it is. There.
Nice.
Some of them are up on that sitting up there.
You can just climb the clouds to get up there.
And then I got whatever that one is going.
3 more. So 3 more for this boss. And then there's 1 more area. So I think next time we play this, we'll definitely
finish it. Or there's this boss and the next one. So depending on how much time, we might end up needing 2 more. Maybe there's 2 more bosses left. I don't know if there's a final boss after that.
I think it's just that boss. I think it's just
the last 2 areas.
Yeah, I don't think. I could be wrong because it has been a while, but I don't think there's like an extra boss after it.
Okay, it's just unlocking.
I'm pretty sure.
Ability to leave the planet. I mean, either way, they have 1 or 2 streams left.
Yeah. And then, hey, we'll finally have
I know.
to go
to start thinking about it.
Games. Like I said, we got a ton. I know for sure the one I have picked out for us next. It's called Silt.
Yeah.
Kind of a like deep sea diver.
Okay.
Like almost underwater
puzzle,
platformer, puzzle-y
yeah.
kind of thing. And that one's pretty short. I actually think that could be done in one sitting. Depending on on difficulty and stuff. But
what do you call a paper airplane that can't fly?
a paper airplane that can't fly? I don't know. What do you call
Stationary.
it? Oh, God damn it.
I should have saved that for Tim. I'll have to tell him before we go on stream so I don't tell that joke on stream twice. Yeah, that's right. Oh, I thought okay. Alright.
Oh, yeah. Well, here, I will wrap it up. Hilarious. Thank you. Yeah. We'll see. Let's see. I could probably raid someone here. Darren's on. We'll raid him. Yeah, filling in the gap. Awesome guy. He was hanging out in our stream when we were playing Elden Ring Saturday. This guy's super cool. I've been in his streams a bunch. He's an awesome guy. I definitely recommend following him. Good conversations over there. He's a
cool
Scotsman living in South Korea.
Wow.
Teacher. Really, really kind guy. So go give him some love. And we'll see everybody at 2:30.